So when I first sat down to write this video, I thought it was going to be a pretty plain and simple message, but I started getting really emotional as I was writing it. And so the other side made me feel like this video is actually a bigger deal than I realized. That there actually were a lot of people out there walking around regretting that they voted for Donald Trump and feeling bad about it. And they wanted me to address those people with this video in an attempt to make you feel better. And this is quite a luxury for someone like me, because usually I'm channeling messages where it's like, look, it's black and white. This is this. Have a nice day, blah, 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 you know, or it's like it's my job to just take a knife and cut through all the BS. So if I can make a video that's really meant to console people, this is like a vacation for me because I'm so used to inviting so much crap, you know, and so much mud onto my windshield, you know, with being controversial and coming across as really egoic and arrogant, that this is something that I'm pretty grateful that I'm able to do. That I'm able to give this to people as a channel of the angelic realm. I'm pretty grateful that I'm able to provide this to you guys. I wanted to start out by saying that I totally get it if you voted for Donald Trump. I do. I used to date a narcissist. And so when I look at Donald Trump, he reminds me a lot of my ex-boyfriend, because Donald Trump is also a narcissist. So you get sold. You get sucked in by their inflated sense of self-importance and their big fat ego. You get sucked in. Donald Trump's a salesman. He's got a silver tongue. You got sold. He, you know, every other sentence is a self-compliment. He's mastered the art of self-promotion. You know, he's a braggadocio. He's very good at tooting his own horn. So I got sold by my ex-boyfriend. You got sold by Donald Trump. So I totally get it. I totally get it. You wanted change, you know, maybe the Democratic Party, you know, wasn't making you happy with the DNC and, you know, all that business going on. So for whatever reason you decided to vote for Donald Trump, I just want to let you know, I get it. You know, I totally get it. So if at this point you're feeling, you know, lied to, betrayed, you know, this wasn't what you signed up for, if this really wasn't the future that you imagined under Donald Trump, I get that too. So, you know, maybe that's why you regret, you know, him, you know, voting for him or whatever. You know, maybe you're just disappointed in the way things have been unfolding, right? And, yeah, I mean, there were, you know, just policies and stuff, promises that he made that he didn't keep, that kind of thing. The other side is accusing him of abuse of power. So that's a major, major thing that the other side is not happy with, is his abuse of power. And egoic decisions and separatist platform. So he's got a lot going on. But one of the things that the whole family on the other side wanted me to relay to you, you know, archangels, angels, divine court, the divine himself, deceased loved ones, the whole family on the other side, what they wanted me to relay to you guys is that it's not your fault he became president. Please don't feel any sort of shame or regret or negative emotion in regards to who you voted for. Because it's not your fault, and you have absolutely zero responsibility for what is happening right now. The other side is saying that we were set up to fail, and that with this last election in 2016, we were given a choice of dark versus dark. So believe it or not, Hillary Clinton's presidency would have resulted in war as well. And Donald Trump's presidency results in war because his ego gets us blown up. So it's the divine's job to find a way to get us a second election. And it's the people's job to take action and demand a second election. And to really speak up and embrace the truths that we've been presented with, such as the DNC fraud, Russian interference. The election was fraudulent. So any results of a fraudulent election need to be reneged, and the entire administration needs to be removed. That's basically what has to happen. It's a do-over. Our election is a do-over, and that's where the divine is saying, do you want it done now or do you want it done right? This is not a real election. Which makes sense because when I woke up that morning, I felt zero energy behind it. And if something's determining our future president, it's supposed to have energy behind it. I felt nothing. Zero. So the divine isn't even acknowledging our election as being legitimate in any way, shape, or form. So as far as accountability is concerned, the people that voted for Donald Trump have zero. None. You have no accountability at all whatsoever. You're not being held responsible for his presidency at all whatsoever. So don't let your friends beat you up, family, coworkers, whatever, people who disagree with you for voting for him, don't let them do it. You have zero accountability for this. And the other side's all about accountability because we have free will, but free will has consequences. So that's where the divine is coming forward and saying, no, your conscience is clear. We were set up to fail. So your free will was manipulated. So that's why you're not being held accountable for your decision because it wasn't a valid free will decision that you made. You had a choice of dark versus dark. So there's no accountability. There's no responsibility. It just doesn't matter. With regards to universal energies, my whole life purpose in aligning people with the truth is universal energies. People could give me the middle finger and walk away. And do you know what I'm saying as they're walking away? Universal energies! Universal energies are a very unforgiving referee. If you think I'm smoking dope and I'm not, guess what? You just bet your karma on the fact that you're right. And what if you're not? Law of attraction. You align yourself with falsities, you align yourself with the dark, and that's what you attract to yourself as a result. Your soul is a ball of energy. So it's my job to educate these balls of energy and let them know what they're attracting to themselves. So, do you know what you guys are attracting to yourselves? If you voted for Donald Trump, nothing. You're not attracting anything to yourself. If you voted for Donald Trump and you regret it now, you're not attracting anything to yourself. So don't feel ashamed. Don't feel any sort of negative emotion. Just be a superhero and say, okay, how can we address these truths? That we were given a choice of dark versus dark, that our election, was fraudulent. How can we embrace these truths as the American people? That's what we're supposed to be doing. Just grab onto the truth, right? So with regards to the law of attraction and universal energies, you guys are clean. Like I said, there's no accountability at all whatsoever for you guys voting for Donald Trump. It's a do-over. It's a do-over. Like I said, you were set up to fail. So if anything, the divine is coming forward with love and protection for you guys. Okay. So no bad karma, no nothing. Don't let people get mad at you. Now, the problem, I'm titling this video, to address the people who regret voting for Donald Trump. If you voted for Donald Trump and you don't regret it and you're out there supporting him, you are actually speaking for the dark. There's no gray. There's no gray. If you are supporting Donald Trump, you're speaking for the dark. So that unfortunately is a universal energy problem because you are attracting darkness to yourself as a result. So be careful there. But if you're one of those people that, were a Donald Trump fan, but you're not anymore, again, it's no accountability in voting for him. No accountability for you guys at all whatsoever. So don't let anyone beat you up. Don't beat yourself up. No critical inner voice, no shame, no nothing. Just wanted to throw that out there and make this video letting you guys know. Nope. Nope. No accountability, no law of attraction, no nothing. We need another election. That's our truth as a collective. The American people need to pull together and basically fight for our free will because it was taken away from us. So we need to have a second election that's actually legitimate so that we can have an administration that's legitimate. Instead, the dark is trying to take over our country right now. So let's focus on pulling together as loving human beings and spread peace, love, and light throughout our country and the world. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.